Okay, so in this video, we are going to talk about how to have a super tight stop loss and get some big rewards. So the way you do this is you look at the high time frame, and then when you see a setup, you go to the 1 minute chart, and the 1 minute chart will give you that tight risk. So right here, we have a 60-minute resistance level. This black line right here. We have the 5 minute chart, okay, approaching this resistance level. And then we went down to the 1 minute chart and we saw this fake breakout right here. So the market sold off, okay, and then it pulled back. So what we can do, okay, is we can wait for the market to go to one of those deep levels, okay? So remember, the deep pullbacks are pretty much the last candle, okay? So this is the last candle right here. So let me circle that for you. So this is the last candle before the market. This is the last candle right here before we made that move, okay? So we are going to basically wait for the market to go to that last candle. And sometimes you don't have to wait for that last candle, but in this case, the way the market looks, okay, we're going to wait for the last candle. And I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about, okay, later on. Now, what we have here is the market going back to this last candle, okay? So we have now this last candle right here. As soon as the market goes to that last candle, we are going to risk that one candle, okay? So we wait for the market to come here. We're going to risk this one candle right here, and we're going to look for some reward. So let's say that we risk this one candle right here, okay? Let's go to the 4 minute chart. And when we get in that one candle right here, guys, we can look for all this reward right here, okay? So with these type of setups, you can get 6 to 1s, 10 to 1s, sometimes 15 to 1s, sometimes 20 to 1s, okay, when you are trading the market, okay? So basically when I say 21, I'm talking about, you know, whatever you're risking times 20 or whatever you're risking times 10. So this one was, let's go to the measurement real quick. Let's go to the risk reward tool. So we have this candle right here, and let's say that we went all the way back down to the bottom, okay? So let's go to that 4 minute chart. So let's go, if we went to the bottom, this would have been a 7R, okay? So this is a 7R trade, which is still good. Now, I'm gonna tell you right now, this style of trading is optional, okay? You don't have to do it. This is very intense. So when you do have a situation like this, sometimes you will get stopped out, and you have to understand that. So dealing with a small risk, okay, you're going to get stopped out more often, but you can make it up. So let's say that you get stopped out 3 times in a row, or let's say that you even get stopped out 4 times in a row, okay? But let's say the winner was a 14 to 1. So you got stopped out 4 times and you made a 14 to 1. It's still a good risk to reward, because 14 minus 4, okay, you're still up 10R. So whatever you're risking, you're still up 10x. So that's why it's not, you know, very important when it comes to losing with this type of strategy. You don't care too much, because you can basically have one winner basically wipe out all those losses. Now with this type of strategy, you're gonna have to try more than once. Sometimes I can, you know, get a winner on the first try. Sometimes I had to, you know, try 2 or 3 times, okay? Now let's say that you didn't get this move right here. The next available move is where? So if you look at the market, guys, the market went down, okay, it went up. So this is the last candle before we made that new low. So if the market came back to this candle right here, this will be a nice short right here, guys, and you just risk this one candle, okay, for the reward. So you have that one candle and you got all this reward right here. So this is the type of trading that you can do when you understand the market, okay, and you have a deep relationship with the market, because a lot of people don't have that, you know, deep relationship. They just looking for indicators, looking for, you know, what is the best setup, and they don't understand the market. And once you understand the market, you can have these type of trades where you can risk a small amount, okay, and get those big rewards. Again, this is not for everybody. I'm not saying that you have to do this. All I'm saying is, if you definitely want to try something like this, you know, you have the option to say, hey, I want to add this to my trading. But at the same time, if you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. You can actually still do this type of trading on the 5 minute chart where you can have, you know, small entries too, looking at the bigger time frame. But if you want to get those super tight entries, you can definitely go to that 1 minute chart. Okay, guys. Now I forgot to tell you, when I'm trading reversals, okay, let's say that I got in right here, okay. So as soon as it hit this candle, I'm in. I'm not going to get out until it makes a new low right here. So let's say price comes back here, comes back. I'm not going to get out break even, because if this is a true reversal, guys, it's going to go, right? So sometimes it will wiggle around, you know, a little bit, and I'm not going to get out until we create a new low, and then I will probably get out, okay, if it comes back to my break even, okay? So again, let's say I got in right here. Let's say this is my entry right here. So let's say as soon as price got to this level right here, I get in. And let's say it wiggles right here. I'm not going to get out until it breaks this low right here. All right. Now, let's say that the market decides to, let's say I took this trade right here, because remember, we are getting in with a limit order. So as soon as it touched this candle, a pending order, we are getting in and putting a stop loss above this candle. So let's say it came, right, and it stopped me out, right? And then it started to sell off again. Well, I would get in if I see a nice trend line break on a 1 minute chart, okay? Remember, I'm trying to get in because I believe that this is a reversal. So I don't care if it stops me out and I see a trend line break. I'm going to get in that trend line break because if I get in that trend line break, it still can give me a decent risk to reward, okay? That's the difference between me and these other traders. They don't believe in trend line breaks. They think that that's retail. That is the dumbest thing, you know. Anyway, so when it comes to making money, guys, it doesn't matter how you enter, okay? Trend line break, any type of break. Me, I don't care what it is. If I see a trend line breakout, guess what? I'm in it because it makes me money, okay? You have to understand, when it comes to this type of trading, guys, you're going to have to try multiple times, okay? And you have to understand, using this strategy, you know, you might get stopped out the first time or even the second time, you know? So keep that in mind. Okay, so let me show you guys another example where you can actually use tight risks. Okay, guys, so here's another example, okay, where we have the market open up right here. We have a nice 60-minute support, okay, and then we have this bounce, okay. This is what I love right here. This tells me that smart money is in the market, okay. So what I can do is I go to my 1 minute chart. Let's go down, okay. Now, a lot of times you will see a small demand level, okay. So remember the last example I showed you guys, we had something like this. So let me show you real quick. We had swing lows that we can go offer. So the market was like basically going like this, okay. Now notice how the market is not doing this. We just have this nice sharp move up. So we don't really have any swing lows to say, okay, I want to risk this one candle right here. So the next available one right here would be this tiny one right here, okay. This tiny swing low. Remember, every time the market goes up and it pulls back, that's a swing low. Even though it doesn't look like it, it is. So this is the next available swing low that we can say, all right, I like this right here. So we go to this candle and we can say, all right, I want to risk that candle. So when the market comes back down, okay, to this candle, we just only risk this candle right here, okay, and then we will look for our rewards. Now, I actually took this trade, okay. Now, before I even get into the trade, you have to understand the market likes to basically do a short move first, right? Pulls back and do that big move. So a lot of times the market will come back and bounce off this move. Now, sometimes the market will bypass this level right here, okay, and go to that last candle right here, okay, the last candle that pretty much started the move. So you have to understand that as a trader. And I hate when people, you know, only have a fixed mindset or just one way of doing things when it comes to the market. You have to understand the different options or the different scenarios, you know, the market is going to throw at you. So yes, this level, okay, bounce right here, but sometimes price will blow past these levels, right, and go to the last candle and then bounce. So you have to understand that. So what I would do, let's say that the market, you know, came to this level, took out this candle right here and went to this candle right here. Let's say I had my stop loss right here and it stopped me out. Well, what I would do is I would try one more time with this candle right here, okay, and I'll look for that you know, reward. Now let's say that it comes to this candle and it comes back and stop me out. Guess what? Who cares? I don't care. That's only 2 tries. I know that, okay, once I get it right, all right, I can get a 10 to 1, 12 to 1, 13 to 1, so I can get back my money, okay? But this trade actually, worked out the first try. So that's why I'm trying to tell you guys, sometimes when you trade this type of way, the first try might work out, or you might have to try it twice, okay? Whatever the case is. But let me show you guys this. Now, when I took this trade, I noticed that, okay, let's go to the 60-minute chart. I noticed that we had this nice triangle right here, and we was breaking out. So when I took that trade, I honestly wanted to hold that trade for a nice winner, but okay, it was getting late in the day, and I really didn't want to hold it for a swing trade. But I'm gonna show you guys the reward. So let me show you the risk to reward. Okay, so we have this right here. So let's go to this. All right, it's a risk to reward tool. So this and this. Okay, so let's go to that 60-minute chart again. So let's take that tool. Okay, right here, and we are going to drag it to the top. So now we're going to take that tool and we're going to go to the top, because this is my target right here. Okay, so the target would be the top. Okay, so you look at the RR, it would be a 14 to 1 trade. Okay, so whatever I'm risking 14 times. Okay, so let's say I'm risking $100 on that trade, that's $1,400 on that trade. Okay, if I'm risking let's say I'm risking $1,000 on that trade, that's 14,000. Okay, and that's only one trade. So this is where you can actually understand the market and drill down and look at the 1-minute chart and catch some of these trades. So this is something that you practice. You don't want to jump in right away, because I know some of you guys are listening to this and say, man, wow, I can make that much money. Yeah, you can make that much money, but of course you don't want to risk $1,000 on a trade, especially if you don't know what you're doing, especially if you had to try multiple times, right? But I'm just showing you what you can do when you understand the market. And when you understand the market, you can get these type of risk to rewards. When you have that deep relationship with the market, you can understand how to drill down and just only risk this one candle to get that big reward. Okay, so let me go to another example. Okay, so here's that British pound example that I showed you guys earlier, okay, where we had that deep 60-minute pullback. Okay, so this is a 60-minute, it's pulling back deep into that 60-minute level. Okay, now you're understanding, okay, wow, this is a deep pullback. We have another deep pullback right here. So let's go to the 4-minute chart real quick. Okay, so we at that 60-minute level. Notice how as soon as we hit that 60-minute level, sellers came in. This is what we want. Now we have that supply area, and we want price to come back to the supply area. So let's go to the 1-minute chart. Okay, guys, so we have this 1-minute chart. Now, we are looking for an area where the market, pull back a little bit. So again, we have an area right here, guys. You see how, again, the market sometimes will make this small little pop and then pull back and then make that big move. So we are looking for this right here, this small pullback. Okay, so we can risk that small pullback right there. Okay, and notice how the market came back to that small pullback, and basically as soon as it came back to that small pullback, the market decided to sell off. Okay, so what I want to do is I'm going to look at this, and I'm going to take my risk to reward tool, and I'm going to see how much risk to reward that was. So this is the candle right here. So we're gonna risk. I'll put the stop loss right here, and I'll put it right here. So let's go to the 60-minute chart. Okay, so here's the 60-minute chart, guys. So if we understand the market and understand this market was in a downtrend, this is a deep pullback, and we can actually go to the lows. Okay, let's say that you want to swing trade this trade. Okay, we can go back down to these lows right here, and let's go all the way down to these lows right here, all the way down, and boom. Okay, let me see. Hold on, let me go all the way down to these lows. Okay, and yep, we are here. Okay, now look at the RR. The RR says 41. Okay, 41. Me personally, I hardly swing trade, but if you understand the market and you say, you know what, this trade right here, I'm gonna try to swing trade it, because we are in a downtrend. The market is pulling back into these deep levels right here. Okay, and we are in another deep level right here. So if we have a nice reaction off this level, there's a strong possibility the market could continue down, all right, and make new lows. Okay, and then you can get that 44R. So You do the math. I'm not doing the math. You can do the math. Okay, how much money that is. But at the same time, this is what you can do if you understand price. All right. So that is the strategy. A super tight stop loss. Okay, for those big rewards. Again, this is optional. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. I know some of you guys are scared of the 1 minute chart. I understand. But even if you're scared of the 1 minute chart, if you want to practice this, okay, you can practice this too, right? But if you don't want to use the 1 minute chart, you can always use the 5 minute chart. Nothing wrong with that. All right. So that's pretty much the end of the video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.